Welcome dear children to e-learning classes. Today we shall start grammar lesson number 7 adjective. What are adjectives? Words that tells us more about nouns are called adjective. In other words, an adjective modifies a noun or a pronoun by describing, identifying or quantifying words. Exercise 1. Find out the adjective in the following sentence. Pick out the noun and the adjective is describing. One has been done for you. The little poodle jumped up into Magna's arm. Now the adjective is little and it describes the noun that is poodle. Katie and Elsie walked up to an old ruin house. The adjective is old and it describes the noun house. Mahesh put the golden crown on his head. The adjective is golden and it describes the noun crown. Today is the 5th day of January. The adjective is fifth and it describes noun day. The baby bird chirped in the nest. The adjective is baby and it describes the noun birds. Jay's car has a flat tire. The adjective is flat and it describes the noun tire. I am holding a pencil box in my left hand. The adjective is pencil and it describes the box. Patanjali was a grammarian of ancient India. Adjective is ancient and noun is India. Has anyone seen Amir Khan's latest film? Adjective is latest and it describes noun film. The sly fox jumped on the chicken. Adjective is sly and it describes the noun fox. Jerry ordered a large cake for his birthday. Adjective is large and it describes the noun cake. Our next topic is kinds of adjective. There are various kinds of adjectives. They are adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, adjective of numbers, demonstrative adjective, possessive adjective, interrogative adjective, emphasizing adjective. In this chapter, we will discuss the first 3 adjectives in detail. First is the adjective of quality. It describes the quality of noun and the answer is what kind. For example, Mumbai is a large city. He is an honest policeman. The foolish donkey tried to sing. Second is the adjective of quantity. That gives us an idea of the quantity of nouns. They answer the question how much. For example, I ate some rice. He did not eat any rice. She lost all her wealth. We have had enough experience. You have no sense. There has not been sufficient rain this season. Next is the adjective of number. That shows how many person or thing are meant or in what order the person or thing stand. The answer for this question is how many. For example, most boys like cricket. There are no pictures in this book. There are some delicious mangoes. Sunday is the first day of the week. Adjective of numbers, or you can say number adjective, are of 3 kinds. First is the definite numeral adjective. It tells us the exactly number of person or thing. They are of 2 kinds. Cardinal states the number of person or thing. For example, 20 boys, 15 years. Ordinals gives us the order of a person or thing in a series. For example, first man on the moon, last month of the year. Now you have to note that cardinal denotes how many and in the ordinal the order of the things are in series. Second one is indefinite numeral adjectives. They do not indicate the exact number. For example, few children, many people, etc. And the third one is distributive numeral adjective which refer to each one of a number. For example, each girl must take her turn. Either method is correct. Neither table will serve my purpose. Every person must attend the meeting. Exercise 3. Filling the blanks with suitable adjective of quality. I have a new dress. Next, ripe mangoes look yellow. Next, he lives in a big old house. Next, he entered through the back door. Next, a poor man lived near the old temple. Next, New York is a big city. Next, the emperor who had no clothes was a foolish man. Next, the ship sustained heavy damage. Next, dark clouds covered in the sky. And the last one, even a small leak can sink a big ship. Our next topic is order of adjectives. When there is more than one adjective before a noun, the adjectives have to follow an order. The order that the adjective should follow are: first is the opinion, second is the size, third is the age, next comes the shape and color, then comes the origin, then comes the material, and last comes the purpose. So this order should be maintained. Now in exercise 11, complete the following sentence using the correct adjective order. First one, he gave me an interesting old Russian book. Next, grandmother gifted me a pretty small gold ornament for my birthday. Next, he wore a large black woolen suit. Next, last week I visited a charming little old village in the remote place. Next, a sleek blue Italian car was parked opposite my house. Next, Rita was given an adorable little white kitten by her brother. Next, I brought a charming small Chinese painting for the drawing room. Next, it may rain. There are black big rain clouds floating in the air. Next, I saw an interesting old American movie with my friends at home. And the last one, my mother wore a nice black cotton sari for the party. Next is the degree of comparison. Now here Nidhi writes one page in 5 minutes, Raman writes one page in 3 minutes, and Shruti writes one page in 1 minute. Now with this we can say that Nidhi writes fast, Raman writes faster, but Shruti writes the fastest. So this is known as the degree of comparison. First is the positive degree, second is the comparative degree, and the third one is the superlative degree. The comparative and the superlative degree of the positive degree are formed in different ways. First is by adding er and est, like high, higher, highest, wide, wider, widest, tall, taller, tallest. Secondly, by doubling the last consonant and then adding er and est. For example, fat, fatter, fattest, big, bigger, biggest, thin, thinner, thinnest. Next, by removing the y and adding ier and iest, like for example, easy, easier, easiest, dry, drier, driest, funny, funnier, funniest. Adjectives with more than 2 syllables form the comparative and the superlative by adding more and most. For example, capable, that is more capable and most capable. Beautiful, more beautiful and most beautiful. Important, more important and most important. Now exercise 12, filling the blanks with the correct degree of adjectives given in the bracket. I think the parrot is the cleverest bird in the whole world. My puppy is bigger than my cousin's puppy. Next, the road is not as wide as the highway. Next, Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. Next, this book is thinner than a dictionary. I find walking to school better than going by bus. India is not as hot as Africa. Next, my little sister is the shortest in the family. Next, her hands were as cold as ice. And the last one, the roads in Singapore are much cleaner than these roads. Exercise 13, filling the blanks with the correct degree of the adjective given in the bracket. First, Jatin is the most intelligent boy in the school. Next, the Times of India is more popular than any other newspaper in India. Next, no other painting by this artist is as attractive as this one. Next, He is the most famous Bollywood star today. Next, my elder brother is more responsible than all my other relatives. Next, no other metal is as precious as gold. Next, to be honest is more important than to be successful. Next, of all your other habits, I find this the most irritating. Next, the younger son is more handsome than the elder one. And the last one, even though Revati is the most careful girl in the class, she was blamed for breaking the window pane. I hope, dear children, you have understood the chapter. I will give you the PDF. Thank you for watching the video.